Have you ever felt your gut screaming the truth while everyone around you insists you're delusional? I murmured to myself, tracing the faint, familiar bulge in my husband's jacket pocket. It's nearly midnight, and the house is silent except for the hum of the refrigerator downstairs. I'm standing in our dimly lit bedroom, our wedding photos smiling down at me from the walls, and I can't shake the certainty that beneath his neatly pressed suit and warm goodnight kisses lies another secret, one he calls crazy. It started 3 weeks ago when I noticed a cable dangling beneath his side of the dresser. A charging cord, identical to the one he uses for his phone, yet I couldn't find any phone plugged in. I let it go the first night, thinking perhaps he'd misplaced his charger. The next morning, it had vanished. Then it reappeared. I asked him about it over coffee. He scowled, irritation flaring in his eyes. "You're imagining things," he snapped, draining the last of his espresso. "There's nothing there, and you're being paranoid." But I'm not paranoid. I have a mother's intuition, one that saved our daughter from choking on a grape 2 years ago, and now it's screaming that my husband has a second phone hidden somewhere in our own bedroom. Yesterday, I saw him brush past our nightstand, thumb lingering over the drawer handle before. He pulled his phone from his pocket and locked the screen with a single tap. That drawer holds nothing but old receipts and spare keys. Yet I caught him for a split second hesitating, as though he feared I'd open it. Later, when he showered, I slipped inside and pulled every drawer open, rifled through his sock drawer, his gym bag, nothing. But that cable, the one that disappeared and returned like a ghost, was wedged behind the dresser again, as if taunting me. So today I've resolved to find proof. I haven't slept, instead spending the afternoon at the bookstore, skimming articles on signs of hidden phones, rooting through forums where women describe similar betrayals. I learned that secret phone owners often use burner devices, small, plain models hidden in gym lockers, glove compartments, or even sewn into jackets. They charge them in odd places and keep calls brief. I also read that some keep a walkie-talkie app on a secondary device disguised as a calculator. My mind buzzes with possibilities. I pour a mug of chamomile tea, my hands trembling just slightly, and slide onto the floor beside the dresser. Flashlight in hand, I angle its beam beneath the heavy wood. There, a black, rectangular shape, sleek, and smaller than his usual phone. My breath hitches. I reach out, heart pounding, and pull it free. It's a flip phone, no brand name, no color beyond matte black. I open it. The screen is blank, but under the battery cover I see a SIM slot and a memory card. The memory card is stamped with tiny numbers. I tuck it into my sweater pocket and slip the phone back beneath the dresser, leaving everything exactly as I found it. Upstairs, I stand before the mirror, phone concealed in my pocket. My reflection looks calm, almost serene, but inside I'm a storm. I've touched evidence, real, undeniable. Now comes the hard part, confronting him without tipping him off or losing my mind. Because when I asked him about that cable, he laughed and called me crazy, and I'm terrified he'll do the same now. Moments later, his footsteps on the stairs echo through the house. I straighten my posture, lower my voice. "Hey," I call as he enters, towel draped over his shoulder. "I'm going for a walk. Need to clear my head." He pauses, lifting a curious brow. "At midnight?" he asks, amusement dancing in his eyes. "You sure that's safe?" "Yeah," I say, slipping on my coat. "I'll be back soon." Outside, the night air is cool and sharp. I walk our quiet street, phone flashlight guiding my path. as I scroll through the forensic guide I printed this afternoon. I need to read the SIM card check. It's call logs and contacts. There's a cyber cafe a few blocks away that's open till 2 a.m. I duck inside, heart pounding, and plug the SIM and memory card into the cafe's unlocked computer. My fingers hover over the keyboard, sweaty, as I open a simple program to read phone data. Rows of call logs appear, outgoing numbers, incoming numbers, timestamps, some in the early hours, others during his workday meetings. There are dozens of entries, all to unfamiliar numbers, and in the texts I glimpse shorter messages. At home now. Can't wait to see you. Don't tell her. My throat twists. I export the logs to a secure flash drive. I type a quick note on the cafe receipt. I know. I have proof. We need to talk. I slip it into my coat pocket. By the time I return home, my legs are rubber. I slip in quietly and find him asleep on the couch. Late night news playing softly. I hover for a moment, tracing his peaceful face. My heart aches, love and betrayal pulling me in opposite directions. I pad back upstairs, place the receipts and evidence in a folder, and crawl into bed beside him. He stirs, murmurs something I can't make out, then settles back into sleep. I lie awake, clutching the folder to my chest, mind racing with all the ways I can confront him tomorrow. Dawn's pale light finds me still restless. I go downstairs to brew coffee, the folder hidden beneath my apron. He emerges from the hallway, his hair damp, face puzzled. You okay? He asks, setting a mug beside mine. You look tired. I meet his eyes, steady. We need to talk, I say, voice gentle but firm. About something serious. He sits, watching me. I set the folder on the table. Slowly, I open it and reveal the flip phone, the SIM card, and the printed call logs. His brow furrows. I place the cafe receipt beside them, too. He hesitates. Then his voice, when it comes, is low. Please, let me explain. I fold my arms. I'd like you to, I respond softly. And in that moment, facing the evidence of his hidden life, I resolve to listen because I deserve the truth, however it unfolds. And I won't be called crazy for seeking it. I set the call logs folder on the kitchen island and step back, arms folded. The morning light slants through the window, stark against the weight of what I've discovered and what he now must answer for. He stands opposite me, cheeks hollow, eyes haunted. He places a trembling hand on the flip phone. Jess, he begins, voice cracking the silence. I'm so sorry. He swallows hard, gaze flickering to the floor. I never meant to hurt you. I thought I could handle it, just a separate line for work. Calls I didn't want you to worry about. His fingers brush the phone's smooth surface. I was ashamed of how many late-night consultations I was having. I didn't want you to think I was avoiding you, but I lied instead. My breath catches. Work calls. I echo, incredulous. This isn't your LinkedIn alerts. These are text to numbers I don't recognize. I can't wait to see you. Be careful coming home tonight. I sweep the printed call list toward him. Explain this. He closes his eyes. Her name is Maya. She's a consultant I brought on board last quarter. She was going through a rough divorce and needed someone to talk to. I started offering advice. It got personal and inappropriate. Then I panicked and created the burner line to keep it secret. He rubs his temples. I know it was wrong. I fell for her compassion. I sought solace. Instead of telling you how overwhelmed I felt. Anger flares, then sorrow. You sought solace with her, and lied to me every step of the way. You ignored our vows. I stepped forward, voice shaking. You called me paranoid, crazy, but you were the one hiding. He nods, tears in his eyes. I know. I should have come to you first. I see now how betrayed you. Feel, and how badly I hurt you. He pauses, deep breath. I ended contact with her last night. I texted her goodbye. I'll show you her response. He retrieves his primary phone, unlocks it, and brings up a final message. I understand. Take care of yourself. I study the screen, my heart pounding. Part of me aches at seeing his casual words to her, yet relief washes over me. He has cut it off. I exhale. So it's over, I whisper. He reaches for my hand. It ended. I want to earn your trust back. I'll do anything. Open my phone, share my passwords, attend counseling, whatever you need. His voice trembles with sincerity. I nod, tears brimming. We need ground rules. I pull out a notepad. First, full transparency. You'll leave your burner phone here, or destroy it in front of me. Second, I need access to your work calls and messages for the next month, so I know there's nothing hidden. Third, counseling, together and individual. Fourth, daily check-ins about how we're both feeling. I pause, scanning his face for commitment. He writes them down, one by one. All of it, he agrees. No secrets. I fold my arms. And you'll apologize to me in person, not with a text or half-hearted remark. Face to face, look me in the eye and tell me you're sorry. He stands and draws me into a tentative hug. I'm so sorry, Jess. I love you and I never want to lose you. I close my eyes against his chest, letting the sincerity of his words seep in. Yet a small voice in my mind reminds me how easily I was deceived. I pull back and look up at him. Actions, not words. I say softly. Over the next hour, he hands me the burner phone. I watch him remove the SIM and snap it in. Half. He deletes Maya's number from his main phone in front of me, showing me each step. He logs into his work and forwards me his meeting schedules so I can verify the calls. I say, shared password manager, and change his lock screen pin together. That afternoon, we call our therapist, Dr. Patel, and schedule sessions. He's quieter than usual, the gravity of his guilt settling in. I feel exhausted, but determined. As he drives us to our first joint counseling, I steal a glance at his hands on the wheel, steady but stained by the choices he made. In the waiting room, he takes my hand. Thank you for giving me this chance, he whispers. I squeeze back, voice soft. Thank you for being honest at last. When we step inside Dr. Patel's office, the next phase of our journey begins, confronting our vulnerabilities, dismantling the walls of secrecy, and rebuilding our marriage on the fragile but vital foundation of trust. And as we sit together, side by side, I realize that even though I know he was lying, it's his willingness to face the truth that will decide whether we survive this, or if he was right all along, that maybe I am crazy for believing we can. I wake to the gentle light of mid-morning slipping through our bedroom curtains. The air is cool, embroidered with the scent of rain on pavement from last night's storm. Our daughter's laughter drifts up the hallway. She's already awake, ready for the day. I lie still for a moment, tracing the faint line where the burn mark on my heart has begun to fade, replaced by cautious hope. Last night's counseling session replayed in my mind as I dress, how Dr. Patel guided us through the trust continuum, a visual exercise mapping actions from outright betrayal to everyday kindness. My husband, Tom, placed his final Spring sim snap, his shared passwords, his tear-stained apology on the far left, acknowledging wrongdoing. And on the right, the small deeds I'd accepted, his willingness to join my painting class, our nightly walk, the way he held our son when he woke crying. The continuum connected with a sturdy line, accountability to affection, proof to promise. Downstairs, I find Tom in the kitchen, chopping vegetables for tonight's dinner, stir-fry our daughter's favorite. He glances up, offering a tentative smile. I return it with warmth. He hands me a steaming mug of tea. "How was your morning?" he asks quietly. I take a sip, feeling the tea's warmth anchor me. "Good. I went for a walk in the garden. The roses have bloomed." I pull on his arm. "Come see." We step into the dew-damp backyard. Pale pink and yellow roses bow under raindrops. He kneels to cradle a blossom. "They're beautiful," he murmurs. "Like a fresh start." I nod, brushing a petal with my fingertip. They remind me that growth takes time, and kindness. I say softly, "Just like us." He slides an arm around my shoulders, holding me close. The day unfolds in small, genuine moments, proof that our commitment is more than therapy. Notes and ground rules. At noon we cook together, laughing as he spills soy sauce and I flick rice grains across the counter. Our daughter toddles in, apron askew, helping to stir the wok. Under Tom's careful guidance. Evening arrives. After dinner, we settle on the couch as a family. I read our son a bedtime story while Tom fetches milk and cookies for our daughter. Each action, simple and sincere, knits us tighter. But trust is a living thing. It needs nourishment and tests. Tomorrow, Tom has an off-site, business retreat, an entire weekend out of town. I feel a familiar twinge, echo of the phantom. Second phone, but I resist. Instead of suspicion, I frame it as an opportunity. Over breakfast, I look up from my oats. "Have a good trip," I say. "Drive safely. Text me when you arrive." He nods, relief shining in his eyes. "Will do," he replies. I rise and kiss him. "I love you." He returns. The kiss. "Love you too." When the car pulls away, I lean against the fence, inhaling deeply. In the past, his business trips brought dread. Now I choose trust. Over the weekend, I'll focus on our home, sorting old photo albums, painting the guest room, planning a surprise date for his return. I remind myself, rebuilding is an act of faith. The house is quiet. I pour a glass of rose and settle in the garden swing with a novel. Mid-chapter, my phone buzzes. It's him. "Just landed. All good." A simple text, but its honesty warms me. I type back, "Glad you arrived safely. Hope the retreat goes well. No more where are you, or who are you texting? Just trust, just space." Saturday morning dawns bright. I gather our daughter in the kitchen. Pancakes, blueberries, syrup drizzled carelessly. She giggles as she twirls a forkful of fruit. I sip coffee, imagining Tom. At the conference center, networking, brainstorming, fueled by purpose. I feel a thrill, not a fear, but of pride in his work. After breakfast, I dive into home projects. I repaint the guest room in a soft sage green, the color he's always loved, hoping it will be a soothing haven for him when he returns. I organize our home office, sorting bills and mementos, tossing what's no longer needed. Each swipe of the duster is a small reclamation of peace. I play our wedding song softly on the stereo, a lullaby of memory and promise. Mid-afternoon, I pick up the children for a picnic in the park. We pack sandwiches and juice, boxes Take a kite that our son insisted he could fly higher than the clouds. At the open field, he runs ahead, shrieking with delight as the kite catches the breeze. Our daughter chases, butterflies, plucking daisies to press into my hand. I watch them, heart light. Trust is not only about marriage, it's about creating safety for an entire family. That evening, I light candles on the porch and prepare a simple dinner, grilled chicken roasted. Vegetables, the salad Tom requested before leaving. I lay the table with care, setting out his favorite wine. I practice my smile, warm, genuine. I set a timer on my phone for the moment he said he'd call upon departure from the retreat. At 8:15 p.m., my phone rings. It's him. I answer. I'm heading back to the hotel, he says, voice tired but steady. I miss you all. My smile broadens. We miss you too. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I pause. Thank you for calling. He exhales. Thank you for trusting me. We say goodnight, and I hold the phone, relishing the connection. Sunday morning, I fill the house with the smell of fresh cinnamon rolls. I set out his clothes, pressed shirt, favorite jeans on the guest bed. I tiptoe through our daughter's room, kissing her soft cheek, and tell her, Daddy's coming home today. Her eyes light up. Yay! By noon, I'm at the curb, holding our daughter's hand, our son on my hip, watching for the car. When it appears, our daughter squeals, and our son kicks his little legs. Tom steps out, suitcase in hand, eyes scanning for us. When he sees us, his face breaks into a relieved grin. He unloads the car and lifts our children into his arms, spinning them around. I step forward and offer my arms to him. He drops the suitcase and envelopes me in a hug, pressing his face into my hair. I missed you, he whispers. I missed you more, I reply, resting my head on his chest, feeling steady heartbeat beneath. Crisp shirt. I note the slight wear on his collar, the genuine relief in his eyes. No shadows linger, only the bright warmth of home. Inside, we gather around the table. He pours juice for the kids, and I fill his plate. We eat slowly, sharing stories, the kite's record flight, the flowers our daughter spotted, a funny comment our son made in his sweet toddler voice. Tom listens, laughter lighting his eyes. After dessert, our daughter pulls his hand. Dance with me, Daddy. He rises, drawing her into a gentle twirl in the living room. Our son toddles after them, arms outstretched. I watch, tears of joy filling my eyes. Later, after the children are tucked into bed, we collapse on the sofa. He presses his head to mine. Thank you, he says softly, for everything. I turn to face him, tracing the line of his jaw with a fingertip. Thank you for choosing honesty, I reply, and for coming home. He nods, wrapping his arms around me. Always. In the quiet glow of our living room, I recognize the profound truth trust fractured may require. Courage to mend, but each heartfelt action, each shared secret, each quiet reassurance becomes a stepping stone toward healing. And in those stones, we find not only forgiveness, but the strength to forge new paths together. Tonight, as I drift to sleep beside him, I hold his hand, feeling its warmth and firmness. The second phone, the hidden SIM, the bitter sting of betrayal, all have become chapters in our story now closed. Ahead lies unwritten pages of late-night laughter, shared dreams, unwavering trust. And as I breathe in the steady rhythm of his heartbeat, I know that together we will write the most beautiful part yet.